Hey guys, this is Abhishek from gadgetsnews.com and today we are going to do the quick unboxing and quick review of Jivi JSP Q56 smartphone. This is a pretty good smartphone, launched at a very affordable price as well. It is less than 5,000 rupees, for which you can go ahead and buy it. Approximately 4,500 rupees is something which is the price, which is the approximate price. You can get it near to that. So this is how the things look like. I have the user manual already out. I have opened the package, and this is not the final retail package, but the retail package will be slightly different. This is a review unit. So, but all the contents which are there inside the package will be the same as you will get in the retail unit. Here we have the user manual, and the model number of this device is JSP Q56, Jivi JSP Q56, and this is how the phone will look like. We have already covered the news about this phone, and now we are going to do the quick review. And in this video we are going to highlight each and everything, including how's the overall performance of this phone, how good this phone is for gaming, how's the benchmark score, what kind of display it has, how's the display quality, the keyboard, and other things, whatever it matters to you, including call quality as well. And here we have the package. Let me just open it, and the first thing which we have inside the package is the phone itself, which is the Jivi JSP Q56. And as you can see, this is how the phone looks like. The phone looks pretty good for the price. I would say for this much of price, the build quality is very nice. They have given a rubberized matte finish back cover, which again is very good, and it gives you a great grip when you hold this phone in one hand. The phone display is kind of big, I would say, for the price, and for this price the display is good enough. Although it is not an IPS panel, it is a TFT panel, and you can see the color are not looking that great from extreme angles, but from the front they are looking pretty good, and it is a pretty good colorful display, I would say. And when it comes to the quality, the build quality is nice. The back cover is again plastic, and I can remove the back cover to show you the phone from the back side. So here we have the battery. Let's take a look over the battery rating which we have on this one. So battery is 2000 milliampere battery, which is a pretty good battery for a phone like this. And with this much of battery, you can get around 1 day of battery backup depending on your usage. In case you are a heavy user, you will not get 1 day of battery backup. With basic to moderate usage, you can get 1 day of battery backup. You have the SIM card slot 1, the SIM card slot 2. The SIM card slot 1 support 3G and 2G both, whereas the SIM card slot 2 support 2G only. And this should be a micro SIM, whereas this can be a normal size SIM card. We have a micro SD memory card slot as well, and here we have the camera. So we will tell you about the specifications of this phone in detail, and before we do that, let's take a look what we have inside the package. So inside the package, further going inside, we have the service center network list with address and their numbers, so that you can reach them in case you face any issues. You have the micro USB cable for data syncing and charging, and again the packaging is not very impressive, but for the price it is pretty okay, I would say. You also get headphones within the package for this price, which is very good, although these are like standard headphones. As you can see, no metallic mesh, and the sound quality is pretty okay, not too great. You do have a mic module over there with a button to take the call, but there are no volume controls. You also have this clip. In case you would like to use this clip, you can use it. Apart from this, we have a charger over there. Let me just take a look what kind of output current we can get from this charger. So this is a half ampere charger. 500 milliampere is the overall current it will give you. Half ampere of current it will give you, and you can charge your Jivi JSP Q56 approximately in 3 to 4 hours with this charger. Although if you use a fast charger, which is like 1 ampere charger, any third-party charger can also work with this phone, and then you can charge this phone faster than this much amount of time. So let's take a look what we have as far as phone is concerned, and let me just tell you the specifications of this phone. And before we do that, let me just give you a physical overview. At the top, you have 3.5 watt jack. We have micro USB port for data syncing and charging. On this side, we have the power and sleep key, and on this side we have the volume rocker. Both of these are plastic buttons, and they give you decent amount of feedback. At the bottom, we have my primary microphone, and there is no secondary microphone on this device for noise cancellation. We have the Jivi branding over there, and again the bezel has some shiny chrome material which has been used, which does make this look pretty good. And the front profile of the phone is good as well. We have the front camera over there, and we have Jivi branding again. And once you basically power this phone on, you can see that there are two mesh. There is one metallic mesh over there, and there is one metallic mesh over there, which indicates that the loudspeaker is actually at the front. And let me just show you the sound quality as well. Let me just first of all power it on. And now here we have the Jivi JSP Q56, and the phone is turned on now, as you can see. And the UI which is running on top of Android is again customized in terms of the overall look and feel. It is not the stock Android UI, and it is kind of responsive. I do not see any kind of lag when it comes to the phone dialer. This is how the phone dialer will look like. Again, you can see when you launch application, you will see slight amount of lag because the hardware is not very powerful on this phone, but it is a pretty good hardware for the price. You are getting a 8 megapixel camera at the back, which is an autofocus camera, and you have a fixed focus 2 megapixel camera at the front, 2000 milliampere battery. You have 1.2 gigahertz MediaTek chipset on this device, which is a quad core CPU, and you have FWVGA display resolution, which does make the display pretty okay in terms of pixel density, but it does not feel pixelated even when the resolution is kind of low on this device, which is good. So let's take a look over the internal details, and for that we will just go into settings. This is how the toggles will look like for the data and other things. Let me just go into settings and show you what all we have as far as version of Android, and it looks like it is a KitKat phone as far as version of Android, and we will just confirm that. So it is running on Android KitKat 4.4.3, and you can see that we have other information as well, which is good. As far as touch back buttons are concerned, these touch back buttons does not have LED, so there is no backlit LED, so it might be difficult for you to actually see these buttons in darkroom. When it comes to storage is kind of low on this device, which is again not too low. 4 GB of internal storage you will get, and you will get approximately 2.70 GB available to the user. So 2.7 GB is available to the user, where you can actually install applications, store picture, videos and other data, and the storage is not divided into two partitions, so you can use completely 2.70 GB on this device, which is very good. You do have support for SD card as well, and you can install applications on the SD card. You can also move applications from the phone memory to the SD card. Let's take a look over the RAM scenario. When it comes to RAM is something which is the most disappointing thing, I would say, on this phone. But again, for the price, you cannot expect much. You have not 1 GB of RAM, but 512 MB of RAM. And out of that, approximately 262 MB of RAM is free, and the device is fairly responsive, I would say. I would say it is not very instant in terms of the response. When you launch application, when you do some heavy intensive tasks like playing some high definition games, which is not possible for all the games, but you can play some high definition games on this phone, and when you do that, you will see good amount of lag on this device. Now here we have the messaging application, and in case you would like to type a message, you have this keyboard, which is a stock Android keyboard, and you can easily type on this device. However, the keys are kind of small, so it might be difficult to type on this device with basically thick fingers. In case you have thick fingers, it will be difficult, but you can always type in the landscape mode as well, which is possible on this phone. But again, it will take some time to rotate the display. Don't expect this phone to be very fast in terms of the overall UI, because for the price, the kind of hardware it has, it is not a very powerful hardware, but it can give you pretty decent performance in day-to-day usage in case you are looking for a very affordable Android phone. And you will also get the latest version, or not the latest, but I would say the recent version of Android, which is again better than getting Jelly Bean. So you get KitKat on this device, which is a very good thing. Let's take a look over the camera, and in this test we are going to take a photo of my iPhone 6 over there, and let me see how is the camera performance. So it does have autofocus, which is good, and I can, okay, this is the video. Let me just take the photo. So interface is very simple to use. You can easily take a photo. Panorama photo is also possible, and I can just take a photo and show you the same. And let me just disable the flash over there. Okay, the flash is disabled now, and location is on. We do have support for HDR mode as well. So we have just taken the photo, and I can show you the same. This is how the photo look like. Again, the touch pinch to zoom is not very smooth, but it is good, and the photo looks decent. Not in terms of clarity, I would say it is not too great in terms of clarity, but in terms of colors, it looks pretty okay. The rear camera is decent, but not too great. I was expecting it to be slightly better, but it is still decent for the price at which this phone is offered. And when you do pinch to zoom, as you can see, there might be some issues which might happen to you. Let's take a look at the front camera quality, and we will take a photo of myself as of now. And the front camera is a 2 megapixel camera, and I would say the front camera is doing a pretty good job, although the photo is not very clear. But in this kind of light scenario, it has given me a pretty good photo of myself from the front camera. And the rear camera photo is also decent, not in terms of detail, but in terms of colors it is looking okay. I would say the major problem with the phone is going to be the pictures are coming out to be good, but the display is a TFT display, so they may not look that clear as you might see on an IPS LCD display. When it comes to the resolution of the video you can record, you cannot record high definition video from the rear or from the front camera. The highest resolution at which you can record the video is going to be 480p, which is standard quality. Now here we have the hardware configuration for this phone. The model number is JSP Q56, and we have ARM V7 processor on this device, clocked at 1.2 GHz. It is a quad-core CPU, and this is the hardware information. And when it comes to the display resolution, we have the resolution of 418 to 854, which is FWVGA, and we have Mali 400MP, which is the GPU. And GPU is pretty good on this device with this hardware, and it can allow you to run some good games. When it comes to high definition games, you may not be able to play all of them, but some of them can be played. We do have accelerometer sensor, light sensor, proximity sensor. Although this device does not have magnetic field sensor, but you can use it for GPS navigation, and it does support that. And let me just show you the same. So you do have support for location services, and under location you can actually use this device for GPS navigation. You also have support for tethering as well, so you can create a portable Wi-Fi hotspot inserting the 3G SIM card into this device, and 3G is supported on this phone. So as you can see, we do have support for location services as well, and you can use this device for GPS navigation, and it can work with the help of assisted GPS. On Inamark, we have got a score of 62.1 FPS, and because of this score and the GPU which we have, which is Mali 400MP, you can run some high definition games as well. And let me just show you a graphic, not a very graphic intensive, but a casual graphic intensive game, which is the Subway Surfer. And let me see how does this game actually perform on this phone. So now we are going to play Subway Surfer, and as you can see, the game is running, but there is slight amount of glitch which I can notice. Touchscreen is not very responsive. It is not very sensitive to the finger touch, I would say, because it is a TFT display maybe, but you can play this game. Although there is slight amount of graphic lag which I can easily notice on this game when I play this game, and for high-end, high-definition games you will notice some more lag. So you can play some games, but they will not be very smooth in terms of the overall graphics, which you can easily notice over there. So graphic performance is not that great, but it can play these games, which is more important. At this price point, such a budget device it can play these games, which is very good, but the response from the screen is not that great. So you can play these games, but not very smoothly. So that's all from us as far as the quick unboxing and quick review of the Jivi JSP Q56. We would like to say that in case you are on a very tight budget and you are looking for a very affordable smartphone, and you don't want to play high definition games, or you don't want to do very high intensive in terms of usage, then you can always go for this one. This is going to cost you slightly less in terms of the price, and it will give you a 4.5-inch display, which is an FWVG display, which does not look pixelated most of the time, but it can get pixelated in case you are reading a document with large amount of text. So anyways, this is how this phone is, and I would like to give a thumbs up, not a very great thumbs up. I would like to say that this phone is good enough for the price for which you are getting, and the hardware is also decent, and you can use it in day-to-day usage in case you want a very affordable budget Android phone. So that's all from us. Do let us know if you have any specific question for this device. We would love to help you. You can like the video. This video help you by clicking the like button below. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos like this by clicking the subscribe button below. Thanks for watching this video. This is Abhishek signing off. Thank you.